Okay, so this problem says, originally, the ratio of Zach's amount of money to John's amount of money was 3 to 1. After Zach spent $10 and John spent $20, the same ratio changed to 4 to 1. How much money did the two boys have originally? And to do this question, as always, we're going to make the important parts of the question different colors, so we're able to see which one we're working on and differentiate between the two. Okay, the first sentence will be blue and the second will be colored green. Right, now we get to the solution. And to do this problem, we're going to make a table to represent both Zach and John's original amounts. Okay, and we're going to start with the blue sentence, which says, originally, the ratio of Zach's amount of money to John's amount of money was 3 to 1. And to represent that ratio, we're going to use symbols. And we're going to use hexagons this time. We'll put 1, 2, 3 for Zach and 1 for John. And just like that, we have represented the blue sentence, our 3 to 1 ratio. Now we move on to the green sentence, which we're going to represent in a different way. The green sentence says, after Zach spent $10 and John spent $20, the same ratio changed to 4 to 1. Okay, we're going to give Zach 4 symbols. This time we're going to use squares. And John 1 symbol. And since we want to represent their original amounts, we are going to give Zach back his $10. And John back his $20 that he spent. Right. So we can see that this represents the green sentence as we have Zach's $10 and John's $20. And if we were to just take away Zach's $10 and take away John's $20, now we have the 4 to 1 ratio as described in the green sentence. And the blue sentence, we can also see we have the 3 to 1 ratio. So we've represented both of our sentences quite accurately. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to compare Zach's two amounts and see if we can figure out a third representation for Zach's amount of money. Okay, so the blue sentence said that originally the ratio of Zach's amount of money to John's amount of money was 3 to 1. Meaning Zach has 3 times as much money as John originally. And since both of these representations, the one with the 4 squares plus $10 and the one with the 3 hexagons, represent the same amount of money, John's 2 representations should also be equal. We have 1 hexagon and 1 square plus $20. So both of these represent the same amount. So if Zach's money can be represented by 3 hexagons, it can also be represented by 3 squares plus $60, as that's 3 times the second representation. And we'll make that at the bottom so we can compare them. There. Now we have 3 different representations of Zach's money. We have 4 squares plus $10 and the 3 squares plus $60. Those are the 2 we're going to be focusing on right now. And we're going to use these to figure out the value of each square. Right. So, with 3 representations, we can see that they both share 3 squares. And since they're equal, if we take away the same amount, in this case, it's 3 squares, we can see that $60 can also be represented by 1 square and $10, because that's what's left. So, if $60 is represented by 1 square and $10, if we were to just take away the $10 from 60, we have $50 remaining and 1 square remaining. So this proves that 1 square must represent $50. And we'll write this down as it is an important finding for our question. We'll write each square represents $50. There. And now we need to figure out what each hexagon represents. To do that, we're going to look at John's two representations right now. We can see that he has one hexagon and one square plus $20. Okay, so as we mentioned before, both representations represent the same amount of money, John's original amount. So if one square plus $20 is one hexagon, and we know that one square represents $50, the second representation represents $70. And since it's equal with the hexagon must also represent $70. And this applies for each hexagon. So now we've figured out that each hexagon represents $70, which is another important finding to write down. Right, now that we know what each symbol represents, we want to look at the goal of our question, which is to find out how much money the two boys had originally. So if we look at our table here, and we look at what each symbol represents, we can see that each hexagon represents $70. And Zach has 1, 2, 3 hexagons. So in total, his original amount should be $210. And John has one hexagon, which should add up to $70. And that is the solution to our problem right here. We'll write down here. Zach originally had $210. And John originally had $70. And that is the answer to our problem here.